Okay guys, it's a lovely Saturday and it's a spring day, and I've been to a church meeting this morning. Nothing to do with religion, to do with spirituality, a meeting to do with spirituality. And just round the corner is this beautiful garden, and afternoon, you right guys? Yeah, so it's beautiful gardens, and it leads onto a park where I take my daughter sometimes, and she thoroughly enjoys it. And I thought, what better place than to come and relax and do a little podcast. So today what has come to me, you see, if we as we awaken, we realise that coincidences have happened throughout our whole life. Everybody understands coincidence. It's a natural progression of life. But there's a difference between coincidence and intuition. Now let me explain. You see, intuition, afternoon. See, intuition is alright, bud. Intuition is completely different, because intuition actually takes coincidence to the next level. So let me explain something. All this week, a certain something has been coming to me through people speaking. Now, a lot of people believe the higher power speaks through other people, and I believe that too. I believe that we're shown signs by other people and in coincidences. Now, what come to me in meditation and in my studies this week was the fact that it's not good to make a decision when you're angry. But more than that come to me. It's not good to make a decision when you're extremely happy. It's also not good to make a decision when you're extremely emotional. It's also not good to make a decision if you're under the influence of alcohol or drugs. I think you might understand what I'm saying here. So in recovery from, it's emotional sobriety. When you gain emotional sobriety, you realise you take stock over your whole life, not just a year ago, not just 2 years ago, not just 3 years ago, not just last week. You reach a spiritual enlightenment where you understand the whole of your life up to this point, and that's where I've been recently, for sure. I'm learning all the time, and I'll never get to the end. And but some people choose not to even take stock at all or improve at all. They just go round in the same circle, the same little fish pond, same little bucket of shit of a life that they've got, judging, resenting everyone else, bickering, gossiping, getting a little bit of value, a little bit of substance, a little bit of solace through using, drinking, arguing, jealousy, all of that shit. That's the lowest vibration. It's the bottom vibration. And I spoke about this in one of my other videos. Now, what come to me this week, everywhere I've been, the message has been, don't make a decision when you're angry. Everyone's been saying it. Now, I come up with it in my meditation on Sunday. So you know, it's not about me coming up with it first, but what I'm trying to say is the divinity in the situation, the divinity in the message. If you choose to acknowledge that message that's being given to you by the universe, the higher power, spirit, or whether it's the human condition, whatever. But and I think it's very, very valuable, because when you make when you make a decision angry, you can make the wrong decision that can put you in jail for the rest of your life. Simple as that. Worst case scenario, you could end up being killed. When you make a decision out of unconditional love, that's a difficult one, because if you're not in the right spiritual mindset as a person, that could really damage you in the future, because there'll be consequences from that unconditional love. If you give your all to somebody unconditionally at that moment in time, but later it might not quite be reciprocated, and it will affect you and build resentment. So it's not unconditional. And that happens in a lot of relationships. People say, I love you, I'm there for you, when really they're not. They're only there for you, for them, until it doesn't suit them. Especially in this modern world. Not many marriages will last now. And then there's the people that get married that have been together for a long time and had kids together and all that sort of thing, and then they get married because they're trying to, they need to get married because they've got to fix something. They've got to fix it's all going to be all right when they're married. It's all going to be all right when they get the new house. It's all going to be all right when they go on holiday. It's all going to be all right when they get their new car. It ain't all going to be all right because you ain't fixing nothing inside. Yeah. You got to fix your spirit. The reason none of it feels right is because you haven't fixed this. And there's a harsh statistic that people that get married, especially when they've had children, after being years together, it doesn't last. There's a statistic. Google it. It's not just me saying it. And my point is if you're making decisions in your life when you're high as a kite, angry as fuck, delusional, in love, in higher state of consciousness, in complete happiness and blah blah blah, we need to be mindful of this. Yeah, these conditions are, they're, too happy, you're going to make the wrong decisions. Too angry, too high as a kite, too resentful, the decisions ain't gonna be right. I call it solace, and it's a middle ground. And now I only make decisions on the middle ground. If I'm high as a kite, I won't make a decision. Not going to be affecting me in the future, like a big decision. I'm talking about big decisions here. I'm not talking about, whether you want orange juice or lemonade, but even then, it's still affected by your state of mind, your emotional sobriety. So, afternoon. They just waved. They didn't shout. I was expecting them to shout, but shout over. Say hello. So yeah, no, the people I know, but anyway, so yeah, my point is with emotional sobriety, people don't understand emotional sobriety. People don't understand it very well. I certainly didn't until a year ago. I didn't have a clue. It was right or wrong by my interpretation of what was right or wrong. And then it was anger, fear, resentment, ego. And that's what's interesting, because a lot of people will look at my videos and they'll probably go, well, you're an arrogant fucker, yeah? Like the way you're coming across in your videos, like in some of the TikToks I do. And that's fantastic, you think that. I'm absolutely satisfied with that opinion. I'm absolutely satisfied with that opinion. And I don't even need to explain it. That'll come later. But that's your perception. That's not me. I'm here to get a message across. So I need to look a certain way and I need to sound a certain way. and I need to get the right attention of the right people, because it's the attention of the people with that mindset is exactly the people I need to help. So yeah, I've said it my whole life. It's chess, not checkers. And I am a champion chess player. It's as simple as that. If you don't believe me, Google Tower School in Ware, Hertfordshire, and I'm still on the trophy to this day for winning the most consecutive games of chess ever for a 7-year-old person. Yeah. So 7 years old, I was a chess master. So what chance did I have with my thoughts and my emotions when I had a heightened intuition and realization of how things relied on one another in a chess game. Now, anybody that understands chess knows that is directly proportional to how things are in life, without doubt and circumstance, and how things rely on other things, and how one thing you do will affect a ripple effect throughout the whole of your game, the whole of your life. And it's no mistake that people like Andrew Tate are champion chess players either, and are so successful, because again they recognise this. And my calling, my spiritual awakening, which people think I'm absolutely mad and I'm a lunatic, and I'm grateful that you do think that. I think it's brilliant, because I'm leaving you all behind. Trust me, I'm leaving you all behind. What is coming? I ain't gonna boast. I don't need to boast. It's gonna speak for itself. So, but I'm here to help everyone I can change their mindset. And the author Keith Timewell I work with, he's here as well. You know, he knows he hasn't got long left on this planet. What do you think matters to him? What do you think matters to him? All right, guys, afternoon. All right, what do you think matters to him? What do you really think matters to him? You know, he could live another 3 years. He could live another day. Yeah. But the harsh reality is he's 75 years old. He hasn't got long left. He's got health conditions. He hasn't got long left. You know, I could die before him. I could walk across that road and get hit by a car. I could have a heart attack in Tesco's getting my shopping. I could get shot to death outside fucking Aldi's or whatever. We never know. But afternoon, guys. But if we were to just use the assumption that he hasn't got long left, what do you think he wants out of life? Do you think he wants millions of pounds? Do you think he wants a sports car? Do you think he wants a nice suit? Do you think he wants a holiday in Barbados? What do you think he wants? Well, I know what he wants. Yeah? He wants tomorrow. And he wants the next day. And he wants today, especially today. And that guy, when I work with him, everything he does every day is like his last day. It's like his last day on earth. And I embrace that. Because when I was lying in bed depressed, clinically depressed, which I still identify as, I suppose, in medical proceedings, or whatever you want to call it, because I am still suffering from depression, and I am still suffering from anxiety and trauma and PTSD and ADHD and dyslexia and all these things that make everyday life for me incredibly hard. But what I'm trying to say is, Keith wants to help people like me, and he's helped people like me. He's helping me, and I've turned a corner since I met him. And Keith wants to help the next person, and I want to help the next person. And he wants a legacy, and he's handed all of his work over to me, which I find absolutely humbling. And what an absolute honour to be given that responsibility. And when he does die, I've got all his books, I've got all his knowledge, and I've got all of his literature, all of his studies, all of his patents, all of his copyright, to carry on his work, to keep helping people change. Now, that is the biggest gift I can give anybody in my life. That he knows that when he dies, I will relentlessly continue his work to teach people and build the Empower family. And what is the Empower family? Well, the Empower family, we call it the Empower team. It's the Empower team family. We call it a team because a team attracts people. Family maybe makes people a little bit dubious, but the idea is as a collective of people that have morals and spiritual development, where they will unconditionally support one another with their skills, with their love, and with their commitment. And I find that fascinating, because through helping people that are struggling, you get the best out of people. You meet them at their most vulnerable, and you can make them believe in themselves again through simple tools. That's what happened to me, and that's not given to you at the doctors. Counselling doesn't do that. Counselling ticks a few boxes. Psychiatrists tick a few boxes. Doctors, they'll just put a plaster over it. They'll just give you boxes of tablets to take. If you're really bad, you'll get locked up. If you've really lost your marbles, if you like, you'll get locked up, and you'll be put on even harder drugs to sedate you. And there's no coming back from that, But there is if you believe in yourself again, and if you believe in a higher power, and if you believe in a spiritual process, because the spirit is what is inhibiting us from moving forward in our development as a human being. It's very easy to say that I don't need any of that when everything's going all right for you. But when things start going wrong, and you're moving closer to death, something magical happens, and the higher power kicks in because he wants to save you. He takes over. You've had your shot at it and it's all gone wrong. You've had your free will, you've had a go, and you made the wrong choices, and it's all gone wrong. And he kicks in, he comes and helps, if you're prepared to listen. Afternoon. And that's why it's so important to evaluate what's going on in your life, with your emotions, your decisions, and what you're doing. And and there's many people watching this video that think, I only use alcohol once every 2 months. I haven't got a problem. I've got a big house. I've got a big job. Whatever. Yeah. Well, that's fine. Let's hope that you never have to use my website in the future. And let's hope everything goes well. How you doing, buddy?
Just coming to you.
Do you want to come and say hello to the world?
That's what I'm here for.
Come and say hello to the world.
Well, can I get through these?
Of course you can. Jump over, buddy.
Plants. Can I call them plants?
You can call them whatever you want, buddy.
They look like plants to me.
They look like plants to me as well.
They've got a right to exist like me.
Everyone's got a right to exist, my friend.
I think.
And
I believe that, even ants and
absolutely, that's what I believe as well. We're of the same cloth.
viruses.
Everything, the plants, the insects. We need
dust.
to respect everything,
Even
my brother.
Dust, even pieces of dirt.
So do you play the guitar?
50 years, man, a boy.
50 years, so you must be able to play pretty well.
I wouldn't go that far. I'm a strummer. I'm a songwriter, you see. I only strum.
Okay. Well, I'm going to cut the video off now, and I'm going to try to get a second video of this
I'm only a
gentleman.
strummer.
So God bless everybody. Stay safe.